So today, we're playing the Reaper and we've got a cursed hammer dagger build. We're using the hammer to stun our opponents, which triggers our debuff inflicting cursed dagger, along with some other daggers too, allowing us to inflict a lot of debuffs. But hey, check it out and let me know what you think of it. Okay, let's go and jump some rank games with a random character and see who we're going to get today. So it looks like we are playing the Reaper. We do start off with a storage coffin, and we do start off with a chip sapphire as well. Another thing is, we could actually grab ourselves a freaking hammer at the very beginning, grab a city healing herbs, grab ourselves a garlic as well. Let's grab a stone too. I'm actually going to reserve the box for riches, but I will be moving on straight away. So not too bad, starting off with a hammer. We do need a little bit of variability with it, being our healing herbs and our garlic. We do inflict one little bit of cold with chip sapphire, and not too bad. Just pausing the video here very quickly, just to ask you to subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks. Now let's get back to the video. Definitely awesome. I'm going to grab the box for riches, and I'm going to take this big old banana too. And I'm going to be reserving this leather bag, but yeah, we're going to be moving on. So the banana is going to give us some healing, it's going to give us some stamina. We're being greedy with the box for riches, because I kind of want to go for a hammer dagger, cursed dagger type build. So it does mean we do want to get some green gemstones to inflict some bits of poison, and also some blue gemstones to inflict some cold as well. Anything to do with debuffs, but not too bad. Definitely managing to pull ahead. Now we're going to grab a piggy bank because we can smash it open. We got a little bit of lifesteal, and I kind of want to grab this pocket land. I'm going to roll once, and I'm going to reserve this leather bag for now too. But yeah, we are going to be moving on once again. And we could also get a little bit more max HP if we place our piggy bank inside our storage coffin, but I kind of want as much items in our storage coffin. Even though these are only going to be starter battle effects, we do still have the 25% chance to inflict that poison. So we're stacking up quite a few debuffs. Now our opponent is also just inflicting a ton of poison on us. They do have some healing with the shell totem, and unfortunately, our hammer is not going to be able to pass through the amount of healing that our opponent does have. Super unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, we do have a choice to make, and we could take investment opportunity, which will lead to a much higher potential for an endgame board, because it's going to give us a ton of gold per round. Well, just one gold extra per round. However, we could take spicy banana, which is going to be a big power spike for us right now, since our hammer uses up a lot of stamina. It just means we're going to have more survivability for right now. Mana mastery, we could go for a kind of an awesome mana buff bomb, but it's literally our worst item that we could take right now. Even just stats will be much better, since we have no use for mana right now. So it's either between investment opportunity and that spicy banana. I'm going to prioritize grabbing investment opportunity to get more rolls per round, to get one extra reroll per round, or grab an extra item. Now I'm going to sell this, so we can grab a bit of storage. I did buy this chip topaz. I'm going to grab a second banana for now as we roll. Okay, it is quite a lot of golds. 8 golds, but you know what? I'm going to be taking it for now. I'm going to grab a stone as we roll for now. And that is 8 golds for another gemstone. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell butter stones, and we're going to sell all these gemstones. And we're going to sell this healing herbs. And yeah, we're going to grab both these gemstones for now. Which is kind of crazy to be taken, but yeah, we are going to be taking them. And we're going to move on, because we're going to be wanting to inflict a ton of debuffs. Now this is going to be quite slow because the hammer is every 2 seconds. I have a chance to inflict some debuffs, but still shouldn't be too bad. And so far, not looking too bad. Our opponent does have that crit chance, they do have scaling accuracy, but our poison is stacking up. And potentially, we can win out. We just need one more poison tick, and unfortunately, we still end up falling short. Really not great. Now for this round, I'm going to be cracking open a piggy bank, and I'm going to be taking a wonky snowman for even more debuffs at the very beginning. However, I'm going to take out our box of riches. I'm going to sell our gemstone to roll once. I'm looking for a dagger, which we did not get. And I do want to grab a deck of cards because I kind of want to go for a ruby chunk. But again, we're going to be moving on. So now we do inflict some frost with our snowballs at the very beginning. And we'll see how we get on with this. Our opponent does have Shelly, So Shelly is eventually going to activate, clearing all these debuffs. Also giving a big old burst heal. And they're back to full HP. So unfortunately, Shelly might actually win the game for opponent. As crazy as that is. And it might actually trigger again, but unfortunately, no, we still haven't fallen short. And we got our monies. We're going to grab you. It does give us a White Blue Dragon, which we're going to take as well. I'm going to take out our box of riches as we continue to roll. Because we're going to need to find a freaking dagger. I'm going to buy a set of blueberries because I do want to go for a spectral dagger. I'll roll again. Even though we did skip the health pot, let's roll again. We managed to get ourselves a dagger, which we kind of need to grab this round. To the point where we're going to sell both these. But yeah, we're going to reserve the leather bag. And yeah, we're going to move on. So now we should be in a much better spot. However, we are going to begin a spike stacking ranger, which is really not great for a hammer dagger type build. But that's a lot of cold on our opponents, which is kind of awesome. And we're starting to stack up that poison. So potentially, we can outpace our opponents. As long as we slow them down and just let the poison do that damage. However, it's looking pretty neck and neck. But awesome. Barely outpacing our opponent. I'm going to grab you. I'm going to grab this. And I'm going to grab this White Blue Dragon as we roll again. I'm going to sell a banana because I'm going to grab good old Goobert for now. And we do want Goobert in this position so we can actually trigger off our hammer. But hey, I'm going to reserve the LuckOuts, but we do have our Goobert in here targeting our hammer with a dagger. With our food items as well, and yeah, we're going to move on. So we kind of want to go for a poison Goobert as well. But right now we should have a pretty decent setup to inflict a turbo amount of debuffs. And once we get our Cursed Dagger, we should be in an even better spot. But that's a lot of cold stacked up. It's a decent bit of poison. We are running out of stamina since we kind of did sell our second banana. But once we start getting some stamina stacks, we should be in a better spot. However, our opponent is going to resurrect with that Phoenix. And unfortunately, that resurrection brings us down to 1 life. So we're going to be taking a Cursed Dagger for now. Let's grab that stamina stack. And we're going to grab the LuckOuts. We're going to roll. I'm going to grab another White Blue Dragon. Let's roll again. And I'm going to be taking another stamina stack as well. And I'm going to reserve another White Blue Dragon. But yeah, we'll be rolling on with this for now. And we probably should be prioritizing our gemstones in our daggers. Especially our Cursed Dagger. Because then we can actually trigger our daggers multiple times. Getting even more debuffs. But with a Cursed Dagger in, we do inflict a hell of a lot more debuffs overall. So actually, looking a lot better overall. I said our opponent is come back with a lot of healing, but can we outpace him? Barely. Blind doesn't really matter going up against this opponent. Because you're going to have 100% accuracy no matter what. Unless you turbo inflict an absurd amount. It's definitely not going to be worth it. I'm going to grab the White Blue Dragon. I'm going to roll again. And I will be taking another stamina stack for now. But I'm going to keep rolling. Now, how many White Blue Dragons can we actually get? But yeah, I will be moving on once again. Now, I did change our gemstones to our daggers. So we do have that chance to stun and inflict even more, because we're going to be attacking a little bit faster, especially with a Cursed Dagger, not so much with a normal dagger. But we should be able to inflict a lot of debuffs. Now our opponent is going to be cleansing some frost with that Wisdom Pump. But hey, this is looking a hell of a lot better. Awesome. That's 30 poison, 29 cold, and 9 blade. So now we do have a choice to make, and I'm thinking strongly about taking blood manipulation. Vampirism with a bunch of daggers is extremely valuable. We're going to take the White Blue Dragon. We're going to take a White Blue Dragon. We're going to roll. And that is going to be that Poison Goobert. That's more frosted at the very beginning. And that is a Poison Dagger as well. But yeah, we're going to take this bit of storage so we can actually add in 2 more White Blue Dragons. We're going to sell that garlic. We're going to sell a pocket sand. And for now, we are going to be crafting up a Poison Goobert. And we'll be moving on. Now, we don't get destroyability from our Gooberts. I much prefer getting a light Goobert. And it's lucky we're facing this opponent because they're going to be crafting up that light Goobert. However, they have dealt quite a bit of damage to us. They have inflicted a lot of blind on us. And they're going to be reducing our healing with that Doom Cap. Which is not so great. But hey, that's a lot of cold stacked up. And that's a lot of poison too. So not too bad. Now I'm going to be taking another dagger for now. I'm going to be crafting up that poison dagger. I do still want a wonky snowman, but I'm going to be taking this hollow fire lizard. And I'm going to place one Woodies Blue Dragon at the very end for a lot of damage. But I do want to take this hollow fire lizard to craft up a ruby chunk. Much prefer grabbing a ruby chunk than an ice dragon, because if you do stack up a lot of heat, that ruby chunk is going to be stunning our opponents, triggering their daggers more times. But hey, can we deal with this friendly fire? So far, definitely not looking too bad, even though they do have the divine potion. And awesome. Not too bad overall. And we got our poison dagger, which we're going to switch to this side, because this does activate. We're going to move our gemstone into this poison dagger because it does activate a little bit faster than our normal dagger. Now that's that dragon egg, which I'm going to have to take. Now, a piggy bank on sale is kind of silly not to take, and we're also going to be crafting up burning coal too, but how do we crack open this piggy bank? I think we're going to wait around for it, to be quite honest. I kind of want all these items that we do have. But once we get our ruby chunk in, we should be in an awesome spot, because with the burning coal as well, we should be able to stack up a little bit more heat as well. But hell yeah, that's a lot of poison stacked up, that's a lot of cold. Not so much blind. I do want to inflict a lot of blind, decrease our opponent's accuracy. But yeah, not much of a problem. Going to begin that berserker. So we're going to grab you, and we're going to grab our wonky snowman. I will roll again, and we could get that dead side, but I do want to keep our hammer dagger situation, so I'm going to leave for now. Now I might actually take a bloody amulet for a vampiric dagger. That's also another hollow fire lizard. So some pretty awesome options, but we do kind of have to move on with this for now. Our opponents have Bloodthorn. With Hardwood, they're going to have a ton of block with Smelly Wall as well. And they're going to have a ton of healing with Nocturnal Locklifter. We have no healing reduction, but yeah, we should be able to inflict a hell of a lot of debuffs. And this is actually quite a lot of debuffs. Quite a lot of debuffs stacked up. And awesome. Definitely looking awesome. So we're going to have a ruby chunk crafted up in like this for now. I do want to grab you two and potentially, yeah, we're going to switch this around because I do want to craft up that bloody dagger. I'm going to take another hollow fire lizard because that is going to give us 4 heats. I do want to roll, and that is another burning coal, which I'm going to have to grab. Now, unfortunately, I didn't really get to crack open our piggy bank just yet. I'm going to sell our Star of Courage so we can roll, looking for a bit of storage. Now, it's another bloody amulet, but we're not going to be taking it for now. But yeah, I will be moving on with this sort of setup for now. So once we get our ruby chunk in, we should be in a better spot. However, we do have a ruby whelp, which is going to add to our damage. Now, we're lucky facing an opponent with a practically large greatsword, rather than a big old busted blade, because we could get smashed. And honestly, we still could get smashed. If they get a big old crit, we're going to be in some big trouble. But barely. I was waiting for that one singular big hit. But hey, we do end up with a 40 DPS, which is not too bad. It definitely could be improved, but we do have massive survivability with that cold. And with that blind too. Now, it's not a crazy amount of blind because our opponent does stack up a good bit of luck. Even with 2 luck, they do have a 50% accuracy. As for block, we have 144 block, which is not that great. As for heals, about 120 heal, which is really not fantastic, but once we get our bloody dagger crafted up, we should be in a much better spot, as well as a ruby chunk as well. Now, first of all, I'm going to be taking this potion belt. Now, we can also take the bird as well and trigger everything a little bit faster while also removing all that luck. Our opponent does stack up, which I will be taking, and I'm going to roll. Unfortunately, I'm going to sell our piggy bank. I'm going to sell our blueberries to grab the stamina sack for now as well. Now the thing is, I'm actually going to reserve this eye lamp because that is going to be 2 more heats. So that is going to be 4 heats. That is going to be 8 heats. And we do need to find space for our burning coal so we can actually get up to 10 heat. And then once we grab our eye lamp, we should be able to get up to 12 heat. With a ruby chunk, so we should be able to get that 30% chance to stun. We'll also then triggering our daggers. Now we did put a bird in this position, which is going to be moving some of that luck, but our opponent, unfortunately this opponent is insanely powerful for us. They just have way too much luck. They do have their Meg Clover win con. And yeah, they just pulled too far ahead. Now, unfortunately, another dragon would be insanely valuable to us. However, it is 4 heat off the very bat. I might reserve it for now, and we could potentially end up grabbing it. And the reason to grab it is it just gives us 4 more heats for a ruby chunk off the bat. However, that is another freaking dagger. But yeah, I will be reserving this ruby chunk, or this ruby egg, just for that extra heat from the very beginning. And we do have our poison cupboard in this position. We did move our cursed dagger so we get crit chance on a ruby chunk. That was probably a mistake not having a crit chance on it. But yeah, we should be in a much better spot with our cards around this position. We have most of our daggers targeting our poison cupboard. So we'll see how we get on. We are going to begin a flame up ruby chunk. Now they're going to be stunning us, which is not so great. And they're going to be cleansing a lot of those debuffs with that sun armor. And so far, can we keep up? They're dealing a lot of damage to us, but so are we. And it's looking close, but smashing. Not too bad overall. I'm going to grab the ruby egg, I'm going to grab you too, and I'm going to roll looking for some storage. I was really looking for a good old leather bag, which you didn't quite get. Let's roll again, and we could just settle for a hollow fire lizard instead. I know that's some wasted gold, but it is what it is. I do really want to get that extra heat for a ruby chunk to be stunning so we can trigger daggers multiple times. Because that is going to be awesome. So yeah, for now we will be moving on. Now, unfortunately, it's going to be quite hard to actually trigger up all these white blue dragons. Especially going up against a big old burst build like this. Because that's going to be dealing a lot of damage. They do have a ton of luck, meaning our blind is not going to be our story ability. And unfortunately, all we can really do is slow them down, but yeah. That build was just straight up way too strong for us. And we finally got ourselves that leather bag. I'm going to roll. And I'm going to roll again. Let's grab this protectable purse and let's continue to roll. I'm actually going to take the pair of gloves. I'm going to keep rolling for now. And we could grab a second bird. But I don't think we're going to want that. Now that's even more cold at the very beginning, which I kind of do want to grab. Now, the reason why I was taking the gloves is for our ruby chunk. However, since it is the final round, we could actually sell our investment opportunity. Since we do not use up any buffs, yeah, we're going to be selling it for even more cold. But yeah, this is going to be a final setup. A Poison Goobert Cursed Hammer Dagger type build. And we're going to see if it is going to be good enough or is it going to fall short. And can we win out? We should be able to start off with a lot of heat, dealing a lot of damage. Now, we are going to slow this one down. We are going to begin a Poison Stacking Demonic Flask. They don't have strong Demonic Flasks. They do have the Divine Pot, though, to cleanse all those debuffs. However, they're also going to be Turbo Inflicting Poison as well. But hey, as long as it's not a big old burst build, we should be in a pretty decent spot. However, they do have a lot of max life with that snake, but so do we. And this is looking pretty darn awesome for us. And actually, smashing the Hammer Cursed Dagger build, which I haven't played in a long time, and turned out to be super fun. So we do end up with a 60 DPS, which is not bad overall. As for heals, yeah, we had barely any healing, but that's because our opponent did have this Doom Cap and a lot of healing reduction. As for block then as well, we managed to get 250 block coming from all these White Ace Blue Dragons, which was kind of absurd to get this much. But the Hammer Dagger build's always a fun time in my opinion. But anyways, we only did survive 1 life left. Let's go and see just how much rank point we actually managed to get. Plus 8 ranks up a decent bit. But anyways, I'm going to leave it for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope you keep looking for the next one. I'll see you next time.